What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Logan, aka the Army Vet Trucker. If it's your first time here to the channel, I am an extra board line haul driver for a company called ABF Freight. Today we are in the yard here in Dallas. We are dispatched out heading to Austin on a turn run, so we're gonna get heading down that direction and we'll see what they have for us down there. Once we get there, we'll probably wind up having to string a set of empties. So this is going to be one of those rare times that I was telling y'all about that I'll actually have to get out and do some work. But I figure we'll get out here and get all of our stuff loaded. I'm starting it off in the yard today, so I'm going to go over here to the parking lot, get all my stuff loaded up. Figure the videos are going to start getting a little shorter now because I think I've kind of got out of the way all the big major conversations and information that is relevant for you guys. And if there's anything y'all would like me to elaborate more on, just let me know down in the comments and I'd be glad to discuss anything in more detail if y'all would like. Probably just going to go right up here and put her in park right here by the curb. Decided to bring the old Dodge today. I don't daily drive it just because diesel's so dang expensive right now. It's getting a little cheaper, but still, man, it's just way better to drive the old Honda. That thing gets like 50 miles to the gallon, so can't complain about that. We'll go into pre-trip here. I still got a few more things to do on the handheld here before we take off, but I'm gonna go over here and get all my stuff loaded and I'll catch back up with y'all here in a minute. Alrighty, and we're back. We're all set up here, got all of our gear all loaded and everything all ready to roll, so I'm about to get up out of here. You guys might be wondering why I bring so much stuff with me when I'm just going on a turn run, but sometimes all it takes for a turn run to turn into a lay down, or for either a night or two even sometimes, is just one blowout. You know, you just go out somewhere one time and it's supposed to be a turn run or a meet and turn, your driver doesn't make it in time, you wind up having to lay down in a hotel. So sometimes these things happen, you got to be ready for it. So anyways, let's see if we can't get up out of here. I think we'll head out to the left here and get on Loop 12 South down to 20, and then from there we will probably go over on 20 down to 35, and then 35 down all the way to Austin. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, guys, hopefully the videos start to get a little bit shorter here now that I've kind of talked a lot about everything that is the hard pressing information. So with all that stuff being said, now you guys can actually focus on the day-to-day life, what it's like to do this, and instead of listening to me ramble on all the time. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out on the road here down to Austin. We'll get down to the terminal down there. We'll see what they have for us when we get there. Like I said, we'll probably wind up having to build a set of empties because they usually don't have freight coming back north. Sometimes they will, but sometimes they won't. Just all depends on how they're all set up and everything. So we'll see, but I'll catch y'all in a little bit. Alrighty, guys, we are here in Austin, Texas. Got down here about 10-15 minutes or so ago. Already went inside and chimed in with the dispatch here and got pretty good instructions. So we're gonna drop this set probably over on the other side of the yard here, and then we're gonna pick up a gear here. I think I've got one singled out that I'm going to take, and then we're going to go across the road here outside the yard. That's where they put their empties at usually. So we're going to get that all moving here, bring you guys along for the ride. Let's do drop and hook. Save. Anyways, guys, let's get this thing rolling here. I'm going to try to bring you guys along for as much as I can here, just so you can see how things work. This is, like I was saying, one of the more rare occasions when we do actually have to get out and do some yard work. It's kind of a new thing here in this terminal. That gravel pad right back there used to not be there. So we used to not be able to circle around like this. You kind of would get yourself stuck in there if you weren't careful. Central Freight used to be over there. Last time I was here, they were still in business. That's very unfortunate with that whole ordeal that happened to them. Try not to get too close to their cars here. Dispatch here said for me to just drop it right here. They got a lot of freight out here. You can tell their operations a little bit, it's exceeding their capabilities a little bit here. That's good to see though. It's better to be that way than the other way around. So, all right, we're good here. Hop out here, make sure the door's unlocked. Go ahead and drop this guy here. We're gonna go over there and get us a gear. I already took a look over there at the gear they got, and I think I found me a good one to take. Some of the newer ones, they're a little bit lighter. We got some old gear in our inventory, man, and that old steel is heavy, especially when you're having to juggle around. The bags, I mean. Go back in here. Loop around here. Normally I drop the sets right here where these tires are, but I guess they got a tractor broken down here, so I'm not really sure. I was gonna drop them back there, but dispatch said to just drop them back up there, and one of these city guys will get it all broke down and in a dock. Just gonna flip around right here. Not gonna try to. By the time I get around there, he'll probably be backed into that dock. I just gotta snag one of them dollies out and I'll be out of their hair. This yard's pretty small, so anywhere I go, I'm pretty much in their way. I'm just gonna circle back through here. That second to last one right there is the one I'm probably gonna grab. Reason being, it's one of the newer ones. It's probably a little bit lighter. I gotta go down there, and that's where I'm gonna be at for building those two set empties are the ones that I'm gonna be stringing up right there. And it's always nicer to get one of these gears that's a little bit lighter. Trying to get myself in a spot here where I can get it all hooked up. Be out of their way too if they need to get over here. Alrighty. Some trash here. I'll just find it a new home real quick. Got them overlapping a little bit here. There we go. I don't think this is one of the ones that are new enough to where some of the newer, really new ones will have brakes built in, and if they have air inside the lines, then you can engage and disengage the brakes with a little button. It's pretty cool. Alrighty, sorry about that, guys. I was kind of fighting with this dolly here for a minute and figured I'd spare you all the joys of watching me fighting with this thing for a minute. These older ones, I mean, honestly, if I'm being honest, it's kind of scary to think that these things, once they don't have any air in them, there's no brakes. And I've heard stories of people like this right here is not a level surface. So, you know, if I were to, hold on. If I were to be a little too careless, I could wind up sending this dolly through the fence there and, you know, out into the road. And if somebody's unlucky enough to be driving by, then, you know, who knows what could happen. But anyways, I'm gonna see if I can't get looped around here. And honestly, I've had to build a set over there before, and it wasn't the most fun experience, because you can probably honestly tell how uneven that is over there. So I'm trying to think here what I'm gonna do. Alrighty, I think I've decided I'm gonna risk it over here. I don't want to really be in their way too much. They got a lot going on here, so I'll probably just go and I'm gonna use that newer trailer, that Hyundai trailer, as my rear, and I'll see how it goes, man. If that dolly starts to try to get away from me too much, then I might change my plan, but we'll see how it goes for now. UPS. There's this minivan going. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm not an expert by any means at backing these dollies up. I'll be honest, they give me hell every time, but I'll try to get it as close as I can here to this trailer I'm going to use as my rear. Like I was saying here, I'm going to try to get this dolly in front of that newer trailer there on the right. Use it from my rear. I should be able to get a rock or something and prop it under the tire of that dolly to keep it rolling down into the road. Shouldn't be any issue there. You guys might see a few cuts here. I'm gonna try to get this thing backed in a way where it's not completely jacked up. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Oh, it's already messing up. I'm telling you guys, these dollies get away from you. If you know, you know. They go away quick. Get out from under you. Looks like I got it. Get her further over to the left here. Get it as straight as I can with the trailer. Better you set it up with the dolly, the more likely it is for it to do a good clean hook when you're backing into it. Yeah, I'm going to want to bring it over a little bit more. We almost got it on the first try. I'll probably bring it over just a little bit more driver's side. I want to get that thing as close as possible, so. Watch me do it too much now. Pretty good. I think that'll be close enough. Oh yeah, we'll be good with that, I think. let's get this dolly out and dropped in front of this one. I'll probably try to grab a rock or something to put in front of the tire so we don't have to struggle with it too much once we drop it. There's a good little rock right here. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good line up there. We shouldn't have any issues with that. Get a good rock under the tire there so it doesn't get away from us when we drop it. These newer trailers don't have it, but on those older trailers they had a rivet right there smack in the middle, right where that shank would be for the kingpin. And it makes it as easy as can be as far as lining up the fifth wheel with it to get a good straight hook. I'll be good with that. Maybe we can wheel it back just a hair to get this down. There we go. And it's not even rolling at it. I'll leave that rock there in case, just in case, you know, it starts to get squirrely. Pull off here. He brought over another empty here, but I'm still gonna grab. See, well, that's what I was talking about. I'll show you here in a second. See how it's got that rivet there? I'm not even sure if you guys can see it, but it's got a rivet right there, right where that kingpin is, that shank. Makes it pretty easy for you to line up. Do my test tug here, make sure we got a good hitch. Seems like we did. These are all wallered out. Alrighty, there we go. There, get the thing stowed there. Alrighty, that all hooked up. Of course, the tractor turns off. Gotta love these emissions controls, right? And you gotta be careful when it does this too, because if you got it set up in yard move like I do right now, it's smart enough to detect whenever I restart the tractor and start moving, it'll kick me over into drive. And I've had it happen before. It kind of screwed me over a little bit. I had to, when you're on a yard move, you can use the yard move time as your 30-minute break. If you're on one of these longer runs where you are having to go out and swap trailers, you can use your yard move time as your break time. And if it does that and clicks you over into drive, it'll cycle. You might be at 29 minutes when it does it. And if it does do that, then there goes your 30-minute break. You have to start over from the top. You want to get the thing as straight as possible in order to get yourself as clean of a hook. It's a little forgiving, but if you mess it up, then see my glove down there. I'm gonna stop right when I get it right there even with it. Alrighty, we should be good with that. Looks like we're gonna be straight. Yeah, we could have got a little closer, but that's all right. That'll do. Get it warmed up a little bit, get that rock out of there. You never want to put your hands right in this area, because if you do, you're going to wind up getting your hand smashed and your glove's not going to be able to help you at all. So what I'll normally do is get it just low enough to where it'll hit that ramp right there and kind of fish hook onto it. Let's see if I can nail it right here. Just like that. here could use some grease. Good with that. The rest of the way on. You always want to check that, make sure you're good and latched there. I'll go ahead and do my chains here, might as well. Do this one first. Alrighty, we should be good there. Don't want to hook our airlines yet because it would just be feeding air right through to empty lines. We just leave it unhooked and the brakes released for now. See if we can't get a good hook with what we set up here. Release my brakes, reverse. A little wonky, but looks like we got it. Air blasting. It's friggin' hot here. 103 is what it says. I'm sure it's probably like 90 something. Pretty easy, guys. There is room for error, but it can generally be pretty forgiving. Now is when we come around and hook in all our lines and everything. See, like, look at that grease right there. Gotta love it. All right, let's get our lines all hooked up. Dummy glad hands. That little cubby here to stow them when we're not using them. Last step. After we get all that done, double check this guy, and then we want to close this air valve right here. That'll allow, once we feed air into the supply trailer air, that'll allow it to fill the tanks and release the brakes. Always want to check our teeth in and everything, our handles in and all that. Good to go. Alright, now that we got our landing gear up, I'll go back here before I start feeding it air, make sure our glad hands are on so that we don't just push air right out the back. Now that we've done all that, now I can get into my pre-trip and make sure and double check everything. Go ahead and feed it some trailer air, put the brakes down, make sure all my lights are on so I can check all that. We'll go around. Making sure we're not hearing any air leaks. I think I hear one. Tires are good, mud flap. Sounds like a leak, but that's just the tank filling. Don't know how long it's been. So got brake lights, turn signals. Brake lights, turn signals. Yeah, we are leaking air back here. Yep. Let's see if we can fix it without having to go all the way back up there. Oh, that was easy. All right, brake lights, turn signals. We'll go ahead and open this thing up, make sure just to double check that it is empty. It is indeed. Lock this lock out. That way we don't get any stowaways at a red light, you know. Flap, tires are good. See, now the tanks are full, so you don't hear that air movement anymore. We'll do the same thing for this guy here. It's good to always double check. Good to go. I don't know if you heard about that story in, I don't the border. Sad story with those stowaways in that trailer out by San Antonio. If you guys didn't know about it, feel free to look it up. I'll spare you the details, but there were some stowaways in a trailer trying to go somewhere, I don't know where. Here. Short lights are all still good. Good to go. Yeah, there were some stowaways in a trailer heading somewhere, and I think it was a reefer trailer, so they were good at first, and then I guess the reefer unit ran out of fuel, died for whatever reason, and got pretty warm in there. And then, I mean, you can do the math when it's this hot out here. Doesn't take long to start getting pretty bad inside one of these trailers. So anyways, guys, I guess I am gonna see, what do I want to do here? It's not a far walk to go back up there, but what I'll probably do, see, that set that I brought in, he wound up moving it there, and yeah, I'll probably just walk up there, guys. There's no reason. I need the exercise anyway. I could probably loop around in there, but it'd be tight, and then I'd be in their way again. So I'll probably just walk on up there, punch my sheet, and then we'll be back on the road. So tip to take away, ask me how I know. Whenever you walk up there and there's a sheet where you got to write down all your trailer numbers and everything, and it won't be on here because they're empties and you're not assigned to you. So always take a picture of your trailer numbers there and your gear number before you walk up there. Ask me how I know. Anyways, guys, I'll catch back up with y'all here in a little bit. Alrighty, guys, about time we get out of here, huh? Got everything all set up in there. We went and had to do some stuff. Like I mentioned earlier, I think in the last video maybe, we just went paperless on here, so it's a little bit more complicated to get ourselves all set up on the handheld and everything as far as our dispatch goes and everything. We normally would have a piece of paper that would have all that information on there, but now it's all just on the handheld, so whatever, I guess. We're gonna get out of here, back on the road, heading towards Dallas. We're gonna hit some traffic. Nice 5:40 p.m. here right now, so we'll probably hit a little bit. Sheesh. We got empties though now, so we'll be able to get a little bit more speed going on them hills. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna chime out here, and if anything interesting happens, I'll get back with you, and if not, then I'll see y'all back in Dallas. Alrighty guys, well we just made it back in here to the terminal here in Dallas. We're about to go into the office there, punch the clock, and probably head to the house. I think I'll probably wrap this video up here. Hope you guys enjoyed tagging along for the journey. If you did, feel free to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to see anything else in particular, have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below and I'll get to it when I can. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one.